What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about my first week, or at least my first weekend, with the Fuji XM5. So I did have some problems. I did have some problems with it freezing up on me when I was scrolling through the images. So that's because I didn't format the SD card. I had one that was 200 megabytes a second in there, and it wasn't formatted. It had been in Canon and Sony cameras and another Fuji camera. So I switched that out with an SD card that was 300 megabytes a second, SanDisk Extreme. It was like a $200 SD card, and it's formatted. So I haven't had any problems with it freezing up since I did that. So that was really just user error. It looks pretty nice. It's kind of plasticky. The grip's really tiny, so I put this strap on there. I also have the ZV-1 thumb rest I can put in here, and that gives a little extra grip. Or, I just put my thumb in here and hold on to that as the grip, and then it's pretty secure. Because you can see I have kind of average sized man hands, and you can see how small this is compared to my hand. So I'm about 6 feet tall, 220 pounds or so, and that's what it's like in my hand. You can see me in the reflection. So I like the film simulation dial a lot. I don't really care for, let's put it in auto for or aperture for this. I don't really care for Real Ace that much. I still like the nostalgic neg, I think, the best. I usually put it on there and just look at the reds and see which one I prefer, scan through the film simulations like that. I like having that on a dial. Fuji can be a little finicky with the auto stuff. I like to just put it in manual and just manually adjust everything, because I feel like it kind of still jumps from one exposure to another, and I just don't like the auto stuff for Fuji cameras. I like this button has a push-in feature, so I can switch back and forth to the ISO and the shutter speed and the exposure compensation there. And then I kind of like to either leave the aperture all the way open or change it here on the lens. All the lenses that I'm using right now have aperture rings. Yeah, the sensor's okay. It's not the best dynamic range. I always think it's better than it actually is with Fuji. And then I'll get a Fuji camera and I'm like, oh, I'm comparing this to like a Canon R8 or like a A7 IV. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's not that great as far as dynamic range. We're comparing it to this phone. I mean, it's completely backlit right now and you can still see the sky. You would not be able to see that on this camera. It doesn't come with a hot shoe cover. I like this mic placement a lot. So this thing, I don't even have to put it back. It just like falls back into place. That's perfect. I haven't used anything over here, any of the ports, because I have a charger to put the battery in. So yeah, I mean, it's fine. I've been a little frustrated with the autofocus. It comes with that single point autofocus, and it's kind of good to stay in that, because the autofocus, when it's wide, the whole sensor, it's just focusing on the wrong things. It's not focusing on the face. If I'm used to Sony and Canon, I do kind of struggle with the autofocus on this, and that's probably what I've been the most frustrated with. Except like the whole weekend I was using an SD card that wasn't formatted, and it was freezing up, so I couldn't look at the images. But yeah, other than that, I really like the colors. I like the form factor. I wish it was even smaller. This is probably the smallest Fuji camera I've ever used, and one of the smallest lenses, but I wish this lens was a real pancake, half of this. I've got a real pancake lens that's very small from Ashitahori coming in soon, that 10 millimeter. And I'll make a video on that when that comes in. Should be any time now. But yeah, stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing more photos with this, more portraits and stuff. I haven't really done a lot, just been taking some photos here and there over the weekend. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, scroll through my channel, check out my other videos, and hit that subscribe button because I got a lot more videos to come. Thanks for watching.